Hey everyone, welcome to Maya Makes Crafts first art lesson. Today we'll be drawing a fold-in pumpkin surprise. So it'll look like a pumpkin, and then you open it up and you have Halloween surprises inside. So to start, we need to get our paper. Now we need to make the first fold. So we fold it from left to right, match up the ends, and then make a crease. Once we've done that, we need to take the side that we've just folded over and fold it back on itself, back towards the middle crease. And then we make a fold. Now that we've done that, we need to turn our paper over so it's on the back side, and then we'll take the left hand side and we will fold it back over to the right side. So your paper should now look like this. Now you need to open out just one fold. So you have this side is thicker, and we're going to put it down like this. Now that we've done that, we can begin to draw. First, you want to take your pen, and in the middle, you want to start on the left hand side of the crease, and draw a big C. Now that we've done this side, we can do this side, so we need to do the exact same thing from this side on this side. Make sure it matches. Awesome. Now that we've done this, that is our basic shape. Now, what do we need? We need the eyes. So in the middle of each semicircle, you need to put triangles, or whatever shape that you want to do for your pumpkin. So I'm going to do triangles. So I'm going to start just here, and I'm going to go up, I'm going to curve it a little bit, and then go down. And then I'm going to join these two lines up with a straight line. And I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other side. So I'm going to go up, around, and down, and match it up at the middle. Now, what does our pumpkin need? It needs a smiley face. So we're going to draw a big straight line going across from this side to this side. I'm going to start just underneath this eye, and I'm going to end in the same position on the other side. And then I'm going to draw a big long U going across both sides of the paper and back up to the top. Now we want to make our pumpkin look a little bit better, so we're going to add some teeth, or what looks like teeth. So we're going to draw one straight line, going that. Then we're going to draw a line up, but only halfway. We don't want it to touch the top of the mouth. And then we're going to draw another straight line. And then we're going to draw a straight line down. And then we're going to draw another straight line going across. And then we're going to draw a small line up, another line across, and then down, across, all the way to the end. So it's got some teeth. And then we're going to do the same thing at the bottom. So I'm going to go across, up slightly, then I'm going to go across again, then down, across, up, and across, and down at the end. Now I want to make it look like it's got a tongue in the middle. So I'm going to draw one curvy line coming out of this side going up. And that's that bit done. And then another bit going this side, so it looks like the tongue's behind it. And then we're going to black out the gaps in between. Now for the eyes, I'm going to draw a little circle in the corner, just there, and then another one in the same position but on the other eye. These are going to be for the highlights. And then we're going to black out the eyes. Okay, now that we've done our pumpkin, what we're going to do is we're going to open it up. And we are going to start by extending these bits out, so then we can add a curve so it looks 3D. So I'm going to start on the left hand side here, and I'm going to draw a little line coming out and down slightly. And I'm going to do the same at the bottom. I'm also going to do the same this side. So out and down, out and down. And then I'm going to draw a line going from here to here, but I'm going to do it slightly curved so it looks almost 3D. You need to make sure that you don't go over this crease line, because otherwise when it's folded, you will see it. So that's that done. We want to do the same this side. So down, slight curve, and then meet up at the end of the bottom. Now I want to have two ghosts, one coming out of this side and one coming out of this side. So I'm going to start here, and I'm going to draw a little tail going out and up. Now that I've done that, I'm going to draw a slight curve going out and into the face. This is going to be for the ghost's arm. So I'm going to imagine that it's gone behind the pumpkin and it's going to come out here. So it looks like it's gone into the pumpkin's head. And then I'm going to bring it up to here, in line with the same line that we just drew. Now I want to draw another line, and I'm going to do it just before the end of the pumpkin here. And I'm going to bring it out and up. You see how I've made it a little bit wider at the top, so it looks like the ghost has got a little tummy. Then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go around and down, and I'm going to curve it slightly at the end. And I'm going to carry that line on, and I'm going to bring it up to about here. Same distance away from the other arm. And then I'm going to bring it up slightly and back down. That's it. It's our first ghost. Now we want to do the same this side, but instead of doing this ghost, I'm going to do a different ghost. So I'm going to start just in the middle of the eye line here, so just about here, and I'm going to bring it out almost in a straight line, but at the end I'm going to just curve it around so it's almost like a C, and then I'm going to bring it down at a slight diagonal, and then I'm going to do wiggly lines, and I'm going to stop just there so it looks like it's going behind the pumpkin. So there's our second ghost. They don't really look like ghosts at the moment, so what do we need to do? We need to add some eyes. So on this one, I'm going to draw two big circles. 1, 2. And then on the other one, I'm going to draw two smaller circles. 1, 2. There we go, they're starting to look a little bit more like ghosts now. So in the middle of this one, or just at the top actually, I'm going to draw a little circle. That's going to be for the highlight of the eye. And then I'm going to do the same for this one. And then we're going to colour them in. And that's it, that one's done. Look how cute it looks. Now we're going to do the same with this one, but we need to do a very small highlight on that side and in the same position on the other eye, and then we're just going to black out the rest of that. And I think we're going to give this one a mouth. So we're going to give a big circle, like that. And then I'm going to do like a slight M for his tongue. And then I'm going to black out the rest. See, it kind of looks like it's screaming now. And then with this one, I think we're just going to do a smile, but a half smile. So we're going to start here and finish there. And then we're going to add the cheek line there. That one looks really cute. Now that we've done our ghosts, I'm thinking we can add some little decorations. So more Halloween things. So candy corns, bats, maybe some spiders. But you can add whatever you want. You can change it up, add whatever you need to do. So I'm going to start off by adding a little bat. So I'm going to do a little bat here. So I'm going to start with an M, capital M. And then out of the bottom of the M, on the left hand side, I'm going to draw a curve going out. And I'm going to do the same on the right hand side. And then I'm going to do one bumpy line going out. And then another one. And I'm going to leave that there. And I'm going to do the same thing this side. 1, 2. And then maybe go like that. Do a slight jump into a diagonal. And then we can black this out. And there we have it. There's one little bat. Kind of looks like the Batman logo. Now I'm going to add some candy corns. So I'm going to start in between the two ghosts, and I'm going to do it slightly diagonal. So I'm going to start with a U, but an upside down U, or a diagonal U. And then I'm going to curve it at the bottom. So I'm going to do this side to that side. So it kind of looks like an egg, but not an egg. And then I'm going to draw two lines, 1, 2, but I'm going to do them slightly curved so it makes them look more 3D. And then I might add another one coming out of the ghost over here. So in between the arm and the head, so the sort of shoulder area, I'm going to take my pen and I'm going to go and do a diagonal U again, and then back into the head, and then do some lines. One there and one there. So it looks like it's coming out of the ghost's shoulder. Now I think what we should do is add some spiders. So I'm thinking up here, we can add a spider web. So I'm going to add one line coming down straight along the crease line that we had already. And then I'm going to add another diagonal line coming out this side. And then one more coming out this side. And then I'm going to repeat that on the other side and do another one coming out here. And another one there. And maybe a third one. There. Doesn't really look like a spider web at the moment, but when we're going to add these extra bits, you'll be able to see what I'm doing. So starting right at the top here, I'm going to do a curvy line here to the next one. And I'm going to repeat that all the way around to the end. I can even do it up to the edge of the paper, so it looks like it's going off the page. And then I'm going to do the same here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then we'll do one more set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that looks like a spider web now. And on this one, right at the end, I'm going to add a little line going down. This is where the spider's going to be hanging from. Then I'm going to do an oval shape, but on its side. Like a laying down egg. Then I'm going to add 4 lines going out with a slight curve for the spider's legs. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the same this side. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to add 2 big circles that are touching each other. And then I'm going to black out the spider. Now I've blacked out the spider, it really looks cute now. So I'm going to add a little dot in the middle just for the eyeball. That's it. Now I was also thinking that if we had space down here, we could add a witch's hat or even some more bats. Let's go with the witch's hat. First I'm going to start off with the buckle that goes around the hat. So I'm going to draw a curve, only about that big, and then I'm going to do the exact same one underneath, like that. Then I'm going to draw a square. And then I'm going to imagine that these lines have continued behind the square, and I'm going to do 1, 2. So that's the buckle. And I'm going to finish it off by joining those 2 up. Then I'm going to add little lines coming out. And then I'm going to carry it on to the top with a point for the witch's hat. But I'm going to do it slightly diagonal. Like that. And then I'm going to bring this one in and bring it up to a point. Then I'm going to add the witch's hat's brim. So I'm going to come out just in the middle of these 2 lines here. And I'm going to finish it up in the middle of these 2 lines here. So I'm going to bring out the hat on both sides with a slight wave, and because witches' hats are quite pointy, I'm going to make it quite sharp at the end, and with a slight curvy line I'm going to go up. Now we need to add the buckle, so I'm going to draw a little half squash circle there, and that's the witch's hat done. And you can also add a couple more bats in the corner to finish off the picture. Now that we've added a few extra things, I added a bat and a candy corn, now we need to make the pumpkin's head look more 3D. So what I'm going to do is at the top corner here, I'm going to draw a line and it's going to come slightly out as a curve. So I'm going to do it first into the candy corn, and I'm going to imagine that line going all the way through, coming out of the the ghost's arm, and then I'm going to imagine it going through the ghost and then into the pumpkin at the end. You see, it looks like it's 3D now. I'm going to do the same this side, so I'm going to start right in the top corner here of the pumpkin's head. I'm going to come out slightly and into the ghost. I'm going to stop at the ghost, imagine the lines coming through the ghost, and then I'm going to continue it into the pumpkin. So it looks like they're actually coming out of the pumpkin now. Now what you need to do is just black out this bit, and then this bit. And that's it, we're done. What we now need to do is colour. You can fast forward this bit or you can watch the whole thing, it's up to you. I'm just going to colour it in, and I'm going to start with orange for the pumpkin. I'm going to leave the ghosts white, and then the candy corns are going to be yellow and orange. And now you just want to add the last few details, which is the lines that go down the pumpkin. So I'm going to take my black marker, and I'm going to just start by drawing very thin black lines going down into the mouth. I'm going to imagine it goes behind the mouth and then back round. And I'm going to do the same there, and it's going through the eye, under the eye, and down. And then one last one at the corner here, slightly curved, so it makes it look more 3D. And I'm going to do the same this side. I'm going to do one here, and I'm going to bring it down. Imagine it goes behind the mouth, and then at the end, I'll do this one going there, behind the eye, down, behind the mouth, and then into the end, and then the third one all the way down. So it looks like a regular pumpkin, then you open it up, and there you go, your Halloween surprise. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed today's art lesson. Please like, share and subscribe the video so that I can hopefully make more. Thank you.